everyone, welcome to Chair Yoga. If you are joining me for the first time, please keep in mind that your safety is the most important component of your practice. I will be offering several variations of the various poses throughout your practice. Feel free to either modify or adjust your position whenever you feel comfortable. Towards the end of our practice, we will be using a stretchy band like this, and we use this in order to challenge both our flexibility and our strength of the upper and lower body. So let's begin by sitting back in our chairs, sitting up nice and tall, hands are resting on our thighs, closing our eyes, and start to listen to our breath as we breathe in through our nose and very slowly let that breath go. And again, a nice deep breath in. And as we let the breath go, take this opportunity to leave all your cares just outside the door, leaving anything that will not serve you during your practice outside the door, and start to connect your mind and your body with your breath. Keeping in mind that this is your own personal journey, and therefore we have no expectations, we never judge, we're not in competition with anyone else, but simply allow yourself to enjoy the journey, directing your gaze inward, being present in the moment, ignoring all that monkey chatter that goes on in our heads. And imagine that your thoughts are like the clouds in the sky. Let those thoughts just drift by, acknowledging those thoughts, and then just simply let them go. On your next breath, let's take a moment to mentally scan our own body, noticing any areas that need your special attention today. On our next breath, let's drop our chins to our chest. Then rotate your chin over to your right shoulder. As you breathe out, come back to the center. Then over to the left shoulder, breathing in. Breathe out back to the center. Again to the right as you breathe in. Breathe out back to the center. Finally to the left as you breathe in. And breathe out back to the center. Then lifting your heads up into neutral position, opening your eyes, and let's make our way to the front of our chairs. Then let's drop our arms down by our side. As we breathe in, let's lift our shoulders up to our ears, and as we breathe out, rotate the shoulders back and down. And again, lift up, back, and down. 2 more times, lifting up, back, and down. Last time, lift up, back, and down. Then bringing your hands to your heart. As we breathe in, let's open our arms out to the side and all the way up to the ceiling. As we breathe out, let's bring our hands back to our heart, centering ourselves. And again, breathe in, reach all the way up. Breathe out, hands to heart. 2 more times, breathing in, reaching all the way up. Breathing out, hands to heart. And last time, breathing in, reach all the way up. Breathe out, hands to heart. This time, let's extend our fingertips up to the ceiling. And then holding onto your right wrist, let's go over to the left side. Noticing that nice long stretch along the right side of your body. On your next breath, come back to the center. And then holding on to the left wrist, let's go over to the right side. Breathing in and out. In and out. Then coming back to the center, letting go of your wrist, bringing your hands behind your back, lacing your fingers together, and then drawing your shoulder blades together. Let's lift our arms away from our body, sitting up nice and tall, looking straight ahead. Perhaps you're noticing that stretch in your chest, front of your shoulders. On your next breath, let's bring our hands to the front, lacing your fingers together, turn the palms out, and then press right out from your shoulders. Perhaps this time you're noticing that stretch in the middle of your back and the back of your shoulders. On your next breath, let's lift our arms up to the ceiling. This time, let's imagine that we're pushing the ceiling away with your hands. Nice long stretch. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your arms into cactus arms. Palms are facing forward, elbows are parallel to the floor. Then squeeze your shoulder blades together. On your next breath, let's bring our hands and elbows to the center. And then open up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to the center. Again, breathe in, opening up. Breathe out, back to the center. 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 last time. Breathing in. Then breathe out, back to the center. This time, open your arms completely. Turn the palms down. Then sweep the arms forward. Lean forward. Then turning the palms up, sweep the arms back, lift your hearts up, look up. Breathe in, breathe out, come forward. Turn the palms up, sweep back, lifting the hearts, breathe in. Breathe out 2 more times. Turn the palms up, breathe in. 1 last time, sweeping the arms forward. Turn the palms up, sweep the arms back, and then drop the arms. Roll your shoulders. Then extend the right arm out to the side. Sweep it across your body, resting it on the outside of your left knee. Left hand goes behind, and then rotate around just halfway. So you're looking to the outside edge of your mat, sitting up nice and tall. Getting some rotation in our spine here. And then come back to the center. Extend the left arm out, sweep it across your body, rest it on the outside of your right knee, right hand goes behind, look over to the right side of your mat, breathe in and out, in, and as you breathe out, come back to the center. Let's lift our left knee into our chest, hugging underneath your knee, then rotate your ankles in a circle. Change direction. Then flexing your foot, extend the leg out. On your next breath, let go of the leg, drop your heel to the floor, toe up to the ceiling. Then take a deep breath in, reaching all the way up. And then forward fold, sliding your hand down the front of your leg. Don't worry about reaching your toes. Instead, think about letting go. Letting go of any tension you may be holding in your lower back, in your neck, in your shoulders. And then slowly come back up. Bring that foot back onto your mat. Bring your right knee into your chest. Hug underneath your knee. Rotate your ankles in a circle. Change direction. And then flexing the foot, extend the leg out. Once again, let go of the leg. Drop your heel to the floor. And take a deep breath in as we reach up. Then forward fold, sliding your hand down the front of your leg. Breathe. On your next breath, let's come back up to the upright position. This time, open the legs as wide as it's comfortable for you. Digging your heels into the floor, toes up to the ceiling. We're hinging from the hips. Let's take a deep breath in, reaching all the way up, and forward fold. This is a much deeper stretch, so feel free to either rest your hands on the front of your legs, or if you wish, you can rest your hands on your ankles, or if you wish, you can reach for your toes. Remember to listen to your body. Only go as far as your body is willing to work today. Breathe in and out. In. And as you breathe out, slowly come back up. Take your time. And then keep the feet wide, but bring the feet onto your mat and toes are out at 45 degrees. Then we're coming up onto our toe on our left foot. Then rotate the left knee right into the center. Come back to the front and heel down. Same thing on the other side, up onto your toe. Rotate in. Come back to the front, heel down. Again on the left, up. Rotate in. Come to the front, heel down. Finally on the right, up, rotate in, come come to the center, and heel down. So still keeping our legs wide, toes are out to 45 degrees. We're going to go into star and goddess. So into star, we're standing up nice and tall, extending our arms out and to the sides. Into goddess, we're into a squat, coming in, elbows are wide, palms are facing forward. So let's start. We're going to do 8 of them. So let's start into star, up, then into goddess, and again up, into goddess. You've got 6 more to go. 6, and down. 5, and down. 4, and down. 3, and down. 2, and down. Last one, and down. This time we're staying down, shoulders are back, palms are forward, and hold it here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the arms up, hands to heart, and then walk your feet back in. And then make your way back onto your chair. Sitting right at the front of your chair, rotate around towards the right side. Then extend the left leg out behind you, curling your toe under. This left knee should be a little bit behind your hip. Heel is off the floor. Front knee is right over your heel. Then extend the left arm up to the ceiling. Then the right arm up, lacing your fingers together. Then look up. Then follow your hands with your eyes as you press your hands back. And hold it here. And we're holding this for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up, let go of the hands, and swan dive down. Hands on either side of your front foot. Then straighten your back leg, press your back heel towards the floor. Whenever you're ready, bring your right hand on top of your knee, left hand on top of that. Then press into your hands as you slowly come up. Shoulders are back and down, looking straight ahead. Noticing that nice stretch in the front of our leg into our hip. And then extend the left arm up to the ceiling again. This time, let's extend it over your ear towards the back of your chair. Breathing in and out. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Let's bring that hand back down. And then pivot around so you're facing the front of your chair. Going right into warrior 2. This right knee is over your heel, toe is pointing to the outside corner of your mat. Left foot is pressed into the floor. Make sure that the back part of your foot is pressed into the floor and it's not rolling like this. So press it right in and then arms out parallel to the floor. Then turning the palms up, let's add some vinyasa flow. So lift the left arm over your ear towards the right and then open up. And again, breathe out as you go over. Breathe in as you open up. Let's do 3 more. Over. Come back up. 2 more. Over. Come back up. Last one. Over. Come back up. Then turning your palms down, going into reverse warrior. Drop your left hand either onto your leg or onto the side of your chair and extend the right arm up to the ceiling. Then to make this a little bit more challenging, you can slide that left hand further down your leg and extend the right arm over your ear. Breathing in and out. In and out. Last breath. And slowly come back up into warrior 2. From here, going into triangle, dropping your right hand either onto the side of your chair or onto the floor. If your hand is on the floor, try bringing it to the front of your foot. Left hand is straight up over your shoulder, palms are facing me. If you wish to join me in standing triangle, start by bringing the left hand onto your hip, right hand onto the seat of your chair. Then push yourself up into a standing position, legs are straight, and extend the left arm up to the ceiling. Looking up that extended arm. If you wish to go into unsupported triangle, you can let go of your chair and you can rest your hand anywhere along your leg, or it can be down by your ankle, or it can be all the way down to the floor. And we're holding this for another 4 breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Then bring that left hand onto your hip, right hand back onto the seat of your chair. Bend your front knee, and then come up onto your toe and your back foot and pivot around so you're facing the side of your mat. Then extend the left arm up to the ceiling. If you wish to let go of your chair, going into unsupported crescent, extend the other arm up. And we're holding this for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands back down and press your back heel into the floor, straightening your front leg, hinging from the hips, come forward, going into pyramid, dropping your chest down towards your thigh. Then sweep your left hand behind your back. If you wish to go into unsupported pyramid, you can let go of your chair and bring the other hand behind your back. Each time you breathe out, try to drop your chest a little closer to your thigh and hold it here. For 2 more breaths. Last breath. Release the hands. Bring your right hand onto your chair. Bend your front knee again. And then make your way back onto your chair. Then drop down onto your right elbow, left arm up to the ceiling. Going into open angle. Then from here, let's go into extended open angle, extending the arm over your ear. So this should be a nice straight line from your middle finger all the way down the side of your body to your back heel. On your next breath, let's turn your palms towards the front of your mat and then sweep your hand behind your back to your opposite hip. Then rotate your shoulder back. Now if you have osteoporosis, please keep your gaze straight ahead. If you do not have osteoporosis, you can rotate around looking over your left shoulder. Getting some rotation in your spine here. If you wish to go into a little bit more of a bound angle, modified bound angle, bring your right hand underneath the seat of your chair. If you wish to go into unsupported bound angle, start by bringing your right elbow onto your knee and simply slide off your chair into this position. Now you can stay right here if you wish, or if you wish to complete the bind, you can bring your right hand through your leg and grasp hold of your left hand. Dropping your shoulder parallel to your knee. And we're holding this for another 4 breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands and make your way back onto your chair. Slowly come back up. Then bring your left leg to meet the right and pivot around so you're facing the side of your chair again. We're going right into boat. So I will offer you 4 different variations. Please choose whichever variation you wish. Start by going back 45 degrees, drawing your navel to your spine, and direct your gaze where the ceiling meets the wall. Shoulders are relaxed. First variation, come up onto your toes and extend the arms out from your shoulders. Second variation, a little bit more challenging. Take 1 foot off the floor. Third variation, quite a bit more challenging. Take both feet off the floor and hold it here. And the final variation, adding movement, extend the arms and the legs, and then come back in. And again, extending the arms and the legs, come back in. 2 more times. Extend the arms and the legs, come back in. 1 last time. Extend, come back in, and then drop your toes to the floor and forward fold. Take your time. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. When you're ready, bring your hands on top of your knees and slowly come back up. And pivot around so you're facing the front of your chair again. And we're sitting right at the front of our chairs. This time we're opening our legs nice and wide, turning the toes out at 45 degrees. We're going to hinge from the hips and come forward. As you do so, direct your gaze about 4 to 6 feet ahead of you, and then extend the arms out from your shoulders. Then sweep your arms back behind your back, lacing your fingers together. Now you have 3 options here. You can keep the hands resting on your back, or if you wish, you can lift the arms about 6 inches off your back. Or if you wish to challenge your shoulders a bit further, you can lift those arms up as high as you can over your shoulders. And we're holding this for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands and bring them down onto your mat right in front of you. Then walk your hands over to your right ankle. Straighten your left leg and dig your heel into the floor, toe up to the ceiling. Now you can stay here, or if you wish to challenge yourself a bit further, you can extend the left arm up to the ceiling, looking up that extended arm. And we're holding this for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring our hands back down onto your mat, feet on the mat. And then walk your hands over to your left ankle, straightening your right leg, digging your heel into the floor. Again, your choice, you can stay here, or if you wish, you can extend your right arm up to the ceiling, looking up that extended arm. And we're holding this for another 3 breaths. 2. Last breath. Let's bring our hands back down on the mat, feet on the floor. Then bring your hands on top of your knees, come up halfway, and then come up the rest of the way, taking your time. We're doing that whole sequence on the other side, so let's start by rotating around towards the left side of your chair. Right leg goes behind you, curling your toe under. Front knee is right over your heel. And then extend the right arm up to the ceiling. Left arm comes up, lacing your fingers together, looking up, and then pressing the hands back, following your hands with your eyes. And we're holding this for another 4 breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands and swan dive down. Hands on either side of your front foot. Then straighten your back leg, pressing your heel into the floor. And when you're ready, bringing your left hand on top of your knee, right hand on top of that, and press all the way up. Shoulders are down, looking straight ahead. And then once again, extend the right arm up, and this time over your ear towards the back of your chair. And hold it here for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring our hands back down and pivot around so you're facing the front of your chair. And going into Warrior 2 on this side. Once again, your knee is right over your heel, back foot is pressed into the floor, arms are out parallel to the floor. Then turning your palms up. Once again, going into a nice flow, extending the arm over your head, and then open up. As you extend over, breathe out. Breathe in as you open up. And again, breathe out. Breathe in. One more time. Over and open up. Then turning your palms down, drop your right hand to the leg, extend the left arm up. You can hold on to your leg or you can actually hold on to the side of your chair. It's your choice. And then going into a deeper reverse warrior two, sliding your hand down the back of your leg and extending the left arm over your ear. Breathe in and out. In and out. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Slowly come back up into warrior two. From here, let's go into triangle, dropping your left hand either onto the side of your chair or onto the floor. If your hand is on the floor, try bringing it to the front of your foot. If you wish to go into standing triangle, start by bringing your right hand onto your hip, left hand onto the seat of your chair, coming up into a standing position, legs are straight, and then extending the right arm up to the ceiling. If you wish to go into unsupported triangle, let go of your chair and rest your hand anywhere along your leg, or it can be down by your ankle, or it can be all the way down to the floor. Palms are facing me. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Then bring your right hand onto your hip, left hand onto the seat of your chair, slowly come up, bend your front knee, come up onto your toe on your back foot, and pivot around so you're facing the side of your mat. Going into crescent on this side, extend the right arm up. If you wish to go into unsupported crescent, bring the other hand up. And we're holding this for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring our hands down, hand on the seat of your chair, and then press your back heel into the floor, straighten your front leg. Going into pyramid, dropping your chest down towards your thigh, and sweeping your right hand behind your back. If you wish to go into unsupported pyramid, you can let go of your chair, bring the other hand behind your back, and continue to drop your chest as close to your thighs as you can. Each time you breathe out, go a little deeper until you find that spot where you can go no further. And we're holding this for another 3 breaths. 2, last breath. Then bring your left hand onto the seat of your chair, slowly come up, bend your front knee, and make your way back onto your chair. Then drop down onto your left elbow. Right arm up to the ceiling. This is open angle. Then going into extended open angle, extend the arm over your ear, nice long stretch here. Once again, imagine that string from your middle finger all the way down the side of your body to your back heel. Then turn your palms towards me and then sweep the hand back behind your back to your opposite hip. Once again, if you have osteoporosis, please keep your gaze straight ahead. If not, you can rotate your shoulder back, looking over your right shoulder. If you wish to go into a modification of bound angle, you can bring that left hand underneath the seat of your chair. If you wish to go into unsupported bound angle, start by bringing that left elbow onto your knee and then slide off your chair into this position. Feel free to stay in this position if you wish, or if you wish to complete the bind, you can bring that left hand through your leg, grasping hold of your right, dropping your shoulder parallel to your knee, and hold it here for another 4 breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, and then make your way back onto your chair if you're off your chair, and slowly come back up. Then bring your right leg to meet the left, pivot around so you're facing the side of your chair again. Bringing your knees together and going into boat on the side. So we're going back 45 degrees, drawing our navel to our spine, directing our gaze where the ceiling meets the wall. So once again, 4 variations. First variation, come up onto your toes and extend the arms from your shoulders. Second variation, if you wish to take it, 1 foot comes off the floor. Third variation, a lot more challenging. Take both legs off the floor. Now the fourth variation, adding movement. This time we're keeping our knees together and we're dropping our toes towards the floor, and as you do so, extend the arms over your head. And then bring the knees back up, arms down. And again, drop the toes, extend the arms, and then come back up. 2 more times. Drop the toes, extend the arms, bringing the knees back up like last time, dropping the toes, extending the arms, come back up. This time, drop your toes down, come forward, over your knees, into forward fold. Breathe in and out. Take your time. When you're ready, bring your hands on top of your knees and slowly come back up. And then rotate around to the front of your chair again. Once again, sitting right at the front of our chairs. This time our knees are together. Let's bring our hands together in prayer position, elbows are wide. Now imagine that you have a line right between the palms of your hands. You're going to squeeze the lime as if you're going to make juice. Be mindful that your shoulders are relaxed, that you're not bringing your shoulders up like this. You're keeping the shoulders down, elbows are wide. Then start to rotate towards the left side. If you have osteoporosis, this is as far as you go. If not, you can rotate around as much as you feel comfortable, looking over your left shoulder. Then, keeping the elbows wide, drop your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, left elbow up to the ceiling, looking out to the side. If you wish to challenge yourself a bit further, you can go into clamshell, drop your right hand towards the floor, left hand up to the ceiling. Still looking out to the left side. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Let's bring our hands together in prayer position again. Elbows are wide and slowly come up. And then rotate to the front. Drop your hands down. Going into seated eagle. So we're going to cross our ankles. Left over right. You have 2 choices for your arm position. You can cross your arms like this, resting your hands on your shoulders, or you can bring your left arm to the center, right arm dives underneath, and then palm to palm, and then press up. Then come up onto your toes. Keep the elbows high and start to come forward. Really pushing into your toes, drawing your navel to your spine, really engaging your core as you come forward. Keep breathing. Keep coming forward until you find that spot that you can go no further, and then stay there. We're holding this for another 2 breaths. Last breath. Then slowly come back up. Unfold the arms. Going into seated pigeon, you have 3 options for your legs. You can keep your ankles crossed like this, or you can cross your knee like this, or you can cross your ankle across your knee like this. Depends on how flexible your hips and knees are. Please modify as you need to. Then hinging from the hips, directing our gaze ahead of us, breathe in, and as we breathe out, let's start to come forward. Keep coming forward until you find that spot where you can go no further, and then stay there. This is a very deep stretch. It's called a piriformis stretch. And if you feel it deep in your left buttock and into your lower back, perhaps giving relief to low back pain, and then slowly coming back up. Unfold the legs. Once again, let's bring our hands together in prayer position. Elbows are wide, relaxing the shoulders. Again, squeezing our line, and then rotating towards the right. Again, if you have osteoporosis, stay here. If not, you can rotate around looking over your right shoulder, keeping the elbows wide. Dip your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, right elbow up to the ceiling, and hold it here. If you wish to challenge yourself a bit further, you can go into clamshell, dropping the left hand towards the floor, right arm up to the ceiling, looking out towards the right side. And we're holding this for another 2 breaths. Last breath. Let's bring our hands together, prayer position, elbows are wide. Slowly come up, and then rotate towards the front. And then drop your hands down. Going into seated eagle on this side, so we're crossing our right ankle over our left, bringing our hands either across to your shoulders like this, or bringing the arm to the center, left arm dives underneath, palm to palm. Then push the elbows up, come up onto your toes, and then come forward. Keep coming forward until you find that spot where you can go no further, then stay there. Really pushing into your toes on the floor. Two more breaths. Last breath. Slowly come back up. Unfold the arms. Drop your arms down by your side. Going into seated pigeon on this side. 3 choices for your legs. You can keep your ankles crossed like this. You can cross your knees like this. Or you can cross your ankle across your knee like this. Once again, make the choice that works best for your body. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, let's start to come forward. Remember, you can always modify any position. If you're finding it's not available to you today, please feel free to modify, or simply come out of the position and join us when you feel comfortable. Keep coming forward until you find that spot where you can go no further. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Slowly come back up. Unfold the legs. Today we're going into tricep dips. Tricep dips is all about working the under part of our arms, our triceps, and we're doing that by pushing our palms into the side of our chair with the fingers down. So make sure that when you have your hands on your chair, your fingers are pointing down, so you're not pressing into the palm of your hand and hyperextending your wrist. So let's start by just walking your feet out just a bit. You have 3 options here. The first option is simply to push into your chair, take the weight off yourself, and then come back onto your chair. Second option, you can come up off your chair and just move forward, and then come back onto your chair. Third option involves going down towards the floor. And again, you have 3 options. So you can come forward, then you can come down a little bit, you can come down a little bit further, you can come down as low as it's comfortable, and then press back up. And again, come down a little bit more, come down as far as you wish, push back up. We're doing it one more time. Come down a little bit further, all the way down. back onto your chair. Release the hands and rotate the wrists. Just getting some movement back in the wrists. And when you're ready, make your way to the back of your chair. So I'm going to move my chair so that you will be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to move the chair like this. So I'm going to be standing behind my chair. You do not have to move your chair. Just go to the back of your chair. When you're ready, let's just begin to pedal our feet right and left. You're just pedaling your feet, waking up all the little bones and muscles in your feet. Then come up onto your toes as high as you can go. Come back down onto your heels, roll back on your heels and lift your toes up to the ceiling. And again, up onto your toes all the way. Come back down, roll back on your heels, toes up. 2 more times, up onto your toes, roll back, toes up. One last time, up onto your toes, roll back, toes up. This time, keep the toes up and hold it here for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the toes down, pedal your feet. When you're ready, open your legs as wide as it's comfortable. Then turn your toes out at 45 degrees. Make sure your knees are following your feet. So you don't want your knees turning in. Make sure your knees are turning out. And once again, we're coming up onto our toes. And this time we're coming down a little bit. Then come down a little bit further. And then come down as low as it's comfortable. Push through your toes. Come all the way back up. Heels down. And again, up onto your toes. Come down a little bit. Come down a little bit more. Come down as low as it's comfortable. Push through your toes. Heels down. 2 more times. Up onto your toes. Come down a little bit more. As low as it's comfortable. Push through your toes. Come up. Heels down. Next time you're staying down. Come up onto your toes. Come down a little bit. Come down a little bit more. Come down as low as it's comfortable. Hold it here. Take one hand off the chair. If you wish, you can challenge your balance. Take the other hand off and hold it here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands back on the chair. Push through your toes. Heels down. Then walk your feet back in. This time, still standing behind your chair, I want you to walk back as far back as you can, at least 3 feet back. Then step forward with this leg, so that it'll be your left leg. Stretch forward. Bend the front knee, press your back heel into the floor, and drop down onto your elbows. Hold it here. Breathe in, and out. In, and out. Feel that nice stretch in the back of your heel and into your calf. On your next breath, bring your hands on top of the chair. Come up onto your toe on your back foot, bend the back knee, and slowly come into the upright position. Take one hand off the chair. If you wish, you can take the other hand off and hold it here. And we're holding this for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down. Press the back heel to the floor. Step back. Bring the other foot forward. Bend the front knee. Press the back heel into the floor. Make sure that back heel is pressed into the floor. and drop down onto your elbows. Once again, notice that stretch in the back of your leg, all the way into your calf and down to your heel. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Then bring your hands on top of the chair, come up onto your toe on your back foot, bend the back knee, shoulders are relaxed. Once again, hand can come off the chair. If you wish, you can take the other hand off and hold it here. Again, for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, heels down, step back. This time, bend both knees, head right between your arms, looking straight down towards the floor. Now keep your head between your arms and slowly begin to straighten your legs, going into a modification of downward dog. If you wish, you can drop your hands down onto the seat of your chair, a little bit deeper. If you wish to go into forward fold from here, you can bring your hands onto the front of your legs. And if you wish to go even further, you can bring your hands down onto the floor. So you have a number of choices here. Choose whichever works for you today. 2 more breaths. Last breath. If your hands are on the floor, bring them back onto the seat of your chair. And then bring the hands on top of the chair. Slowly come back up. And then walk towards your chair. Stand up nice and tall. Let's make our way to the side of our chairs. So I'm going to stand up the side of my chair. And we're going to do some hip rotation. So we're going to get some mobility in our hips. So we're holding onto our chair. Let's bring our left knee into our up, just out from our hip. Imagine we're opening the door. So bring that left hand to the inside of your knee, flex your foot, and then open the knee out to the side. Bring the hand to the outside of your knee, bring the knee forward, and bring the foot down. And again, come all the way up, flexing the foot, open your door, hand on the outside, bring it back in, bring the foot down. 2 more times. Up, open the door, come back in, foot down. Last time, up, open the door, come back in, foot down. Then from here, we're going into what we call the clock. Again, it's hip mobility. So point your toe starting at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Bring your knee into your chest, flex your foot, extend the leg out, and bring the foot back down. Again, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Knee in, extend the leg out, and then 2 inches off the floor. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5, 6, knee in and out. This time 6 inches off the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knee up and out. This time as high as you can get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it up for 6. Bring your hand onto the seat of your chair. Flex your back foot. Other hand onto your hip. And let's hold that position for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the foot down. Slowly come back up. Going into tree. So once again, standing up nice and tall. You can bring your foot resting on your ankle or on your calf. Then extend your left arm up. You can hold on to your chair. You can have 2 fingers on the chair, 1 finger on the chair, or no hands. And we're holding this for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands down, bring the foot down, and make your way to the other side of your chair. And standing beside your chair, let's start by doing open the door, flex your foot, open, bring your knee in, foot down. And again, up, open, bring the knee in, and down. 2 more times, up, open the door, bring the knee in, and down. Last time, up, open the door, close the door, and down. Then going right into clock, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knee up, out, and down. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knee up, out, 2 inches off the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knee up, out, 6 inches off the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knee up, out. This time as high as you can get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it up for 6. Hand on the seat of your chair. Flex your foot. Other hand on your hip and hold it here. And we're holding this for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the foot down and slowly make your way to the upright position. Going right into tree on this side. Again, you can rest your foot on your ankle or you can bring it to your calf. 1 hand comes up. Other hand, you can hold onto your chair. 2 fingers, 1 finger, or no hands. And we're holding it here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down, bring the foot down. Good work, everyone. Good time to get a drink of water. We're going back on our chair. And get hold of your band. So sitting at the front of your chair, get hold of your band and bring the band behind your back. Then open your hands so that you're holding on equal length on both sides. Then drop the band and slip it underneath your buttocks. Make sure that it's well anchored under your buttocks. And then bring the hands to the end of the band again. Turn your palms towards the front of your mat. Bring the band behind your elbows, and then bring your hands on top of your shoulders. Then from here, let's extend the arms all the way up to the ceiling.